Hey everyone, Chelsey with In Session Fitness here. And if you're anything like me, I have been dying for this amazing weather to just roll into our spring. What that might mean for you is that you're getting out more, you're getting more activity, or through the stay-at-home mandate, you might be sitting a little bit more in places that you're not used to sitting ergonomically, even when you're normally in the office. So today we're going to talk about a very key component of any exercise program, and that is stretching. Mostly, stretching should be done post-workout when your muscles are warm, and the 5 moves I'm going to show you today are great for walkers, joggers, and runners, but also those who spend a lot of time sitting and doing computer work as well. Let's get started. Our first stretch is something called a hip flexor stretch, and you could do this with your entire family. You're going to take a lunge position, so you're going to make sure that your first leg is about 90 degrees right up through here, and then you've got a 90-degree angle straight back through here. You're going to make sure that your knee is directly underneath you, underneath your hip, and that your toe is grounded back this way. When you go ahead and start this, you can put your hands in a few different places. One of the ways I like to put my hands, just to get the stretch that I need first, is right at my hips, so I can remind myself to push forward with my hips, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a second. So once you get in this position, you're going to put your hands on your hips or wherever it feels comfortable, and you're just going to lean forward. You should feel that stretch right through your hip here. You're going to hold this for the minimum of 30 seconds, up to a minute, before you go ahead and switch legs. Other places you can put your hands are behind your back, or you can rest them on your knees. Some people like that for if they feel a little off balance, or if they want the extra place to put their hand to rest it on rather than on their hips or behind their back. So 30 seconds to a minute, and then switch. Stretch number 2 is called the lying hamstring stretch. Now you'll need a resistance band, a rope, or you can use a towel even. It's as simple as that. You're going to go ahead and lie on your back, just like you're getting into a crunch position. And once you get into that crunch position, you're going to go ahead and raise one leg and wrap that rope, towel, or resistance band right around your foot. And then you're going to go ahead and pull and make sure that your knee is straight as if you're pushing your heel up towards the ceiling. You should feel this stretch right through your hamstring, and it should be a moderate stretch, not a light stretch, but you also shouldn't have it be a painful burning sensation either, because that's when you've gotten a little too far. So you want to hold this here, just like the other stretch, for 30 seconds to a minute, and then you're going to go ahead and switch legs. Stretch number 3 is a Piriformis Stretch. You're going to go ahead and get into the same crunch style position with your feet planted right on the floor, laying all the way back. And when you start this stretch, you're going to take one leg and cross it over your knee, your opposite knee, and then you're going to lift the planted foot up off the ground. You can go ahead and grab both hands and give it a slight pull. So here's where you're going to want to feel that stretch. You're going to want to feel that stretch right about here. You shouldn't really feel it up here. You shouldn't feel it down here. So here's a few things you can do to get that stretch right down here. You can lightly pull that leg closer towards you, or while you're taking one hand and pulling that closer towards you, you're going to go ahead and push on your knee out to give it more of a straight line, and that's when you should feel that piriformis stretch right down here. You're going to hold this stretch for 30 seconds to a minute, and then switch to the opposite leg. So stretches 4 and 5 are both for your lower back, and they're great if you're used to working on a computer all day, because sometimes you may get hunched over. So it's nice to go ahead and give that lower back a nice stretch and a release. The first lower back stretch, or stretch number 4, you're going to go ahead and lie down like you're getting into a crunch position, again, like half of our stretches have been. But you're going to grab both of your knees and pull them close into you. You're going to feel this in your lower back, and if you don't, you're going to want to make a few adjustments. You're going to try to pull your knees a little bit closer, or go ahead and loosen up until you can get that stretch. You're going to feel a little bit of a pull right off the mat, but you're going to hold that stretch here for 30 seconds to a minute, and that's it. Following this, number 5, is a standard child's pose. A lot of yoga poses come out of this, or start or end with this, and it's very simple. You're going to go ahead and put your knees kind of in a V shape, sit back on your heels. you're going to extend forward so you get that lower back stretch. And that will look like this. You're going to hold this pose here for 30 seconds to a minute. And that will complete our stretching sequence. The 5 stretches that you've just seen are great anytime, more helpful after a post-workout where your muscles are warm and ready to go. But again, even if you just need a quick mental health break, stretching with those 5 stretches are sure to do the trick.